Y'all thought I was finished?
Hi, and welcome back to Football Barbie, where we talk about anything and everything football. Now, this video is all about if you are a fantasy fan or you're curious about where do you think your favorite tight end is going to end up on the list. Who do you think the number one tight end is going to be? Now, I will link down below if you haven't watched my previous 2022 top tight end video, then down below you'll get a better idea of who's probably where. Now, there are people on this list who were not on the top 2022 list. I will talk about some of the people that the draft produced. So there are about 6 rookie tight ends who are not on the list, but you will see what happens. So this is based all off of points. And if you're a fantasy person, I would literally start with obviously the first person. Now, if you get the first person, you're great. If you get the second person, you're great. But whatever you do, I honestly wouldn't choose one of the rookie tight ends, and we will talk about them at the end of the video. But let's start with number 1. And obviously, no surprise, they're probably one of the best by far tight ends in the entire league, Mr. Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs. He is possibly going to have 100 receptions for the year for 2023 with 1,164 possible receiving yards and maybe score 10 touchdowns. Now, here's the interesting thing. His rookie year, which I didn't know, he had an injury which ruined it, playing just 1 snap. But he posted a snappy 67 to 862 yards with 5 touchdown line as a sophomore season and has been unstoppable ever since. Like, everybody knows if you see Kelce, you got a problem. He needs to be double teamed. Next on the list, with no surprise either, Mark Andrews from Baltimore. Obviously, these are some of the top people on the list, having a possible 69 receptions for 843 receiving yards with maybe 7 touchdowns. So he also did have his breakout year in his second season. So I'm basically putting this in an order. So if you don't get first pick, I would go for second, third, fourth, fifth, anything like that. Next on the list, you have TJ Hawkinson with the Vikings. Now, the Vikings obviously are a great team, and I think he's definitely going to get the ball. Having a possible 77 receptions for 777 receptions for a possible 830 receiving yards and scoring 5 touchdowns. Like I said, nobody's Travis Kelce, okay? Next on our list, Mr. George Kittle with the 49ers. No surprise there either. He is definitely one of still the top tight ends in the entire league, having possible 60 receptions for 748 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, and he also did have his breakout year in the second season as well. Apparently, there really are not many rookie tight ends that do phenomenal their first year. So you would definitely want to choose more of a wide receiver or a running back position. They're more of a rookie who can actually make an impact. The tight ends apparently just can't catch their footing very well. But like I said, I'll talk about that at the end. As for the next person on our list, Darren Waller with the Giants. I was honestly a little bit, surprised to see Darren Waller here with the Giants, having possible 63 receptions with 723 receiving yards and scoring 5 possible touchdowns. So that would be great. The Giants did well enough, I would say, last year. They made it to the playoffs too, along with the Eagles. The Eagles beat them out for the playoff game, and that was exciting for me. Can't say it wasn't. But the Giants did have a really good run. So next on our list, Eagles, Mr. Dallas Goedert, having possibly 65 receptions for 721 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. Okay, we got 7th on the list, Kyle Pitts out of Atlanta. Now, he's definitely a great he's definitely a great tight end as well, having possibly 51 receptions for 665 receiving yards with 4 touchdowns. Next on our list, Evan Ingram from Jacksonville, having possibly 61 receptions, 660 receiving yards, and 4 touchdowns. Jacksonville can only do so much. Ingram can really only do so much. So, I don't know. Next, we got Cole Kmet from Chicago, having only maybe 49 receptions, because Chicago really does need some help, guys. I know the Chicago fans know this. 49 receptions with 538 possibly receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. Then you have David Njoku from the Browns having 53 possible receptions, 596 yards with 5 possible touchdowns. Next, we have Gerald Everett from the Chargers having possibly 52 receptions, 548 yards receiving, and 4 touchdowns. So I'm just going through the list for these ones. Then you got Tyler Higbee with the Rams having possibly 59 receptions, 569 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. Then you got Dalton Schultz, who is now on the Texans, was on the Cowboys, now on the Texans. He was traded by the Cowboys to the Texans for 2 first-round picks. This deal is said to be a 1-year deal worth $9 million. So good for him. 55 receptions with 533 possible receiving yards and scoring 4 touchdowns. I 1,000% apologize. This is one of those names I have no clue how to say. Chigoazium Akanoko, Tennessee Titans. 43 possible receptions with 554 possible receiving yards and 4 touchdowns scored. Now, Josh Oliver didn't make the list for top 15, but he also did move to the Vikings, so I just wanted to say it a couple people because, these people are moving. Austin Hooper also did not make the list for the top 15, but he did move to the Las Vegas Raiders on a 1-year deal contract for $2.75 million with incentives that could take it to $3.5 million. He apparently lacked a good fit with Akanawo, who I just spoke about, who was on the list for the Titans. He was just not very good at blocking, and neither one of them were, so they had to cut somebody. Foster Morayu signed a 3-year deal with the Saints for $8 million guaranteed. Only 7 different, apparently, rookie tight ends have managed 50 catches in their first season since 2000. And these are the rookie tight ends since 2000. Jeremy Shockey's 74 catches led the way. He had 894 receiving yards his rookie year. Followed by Kyle Pitts with 68 catches. He had 1,036 yards in his rookie year, but just 1 touchdown. Evan Ingram, he was 64 catches for 722 receiving yards. And Pat Freiermuth had 60 catches. John Carlson had 622 yards. Tim Wright and Jermaine Gresham all landed in the 50s. No one else got past 571 yards their opening year. So basically, what we are trying to tell you is do not choose a rookie tight end because not many rookie tight ends are going to apparently put their, numbers up. Not Kittle didn't his first year. Not Andrews his first year. Kelce probably would have, but he got injured. So none of the top even 3 rookies or tight ends on the list even had any good years their first year. There are some top rookie tight ends to choose from, though, if you really do decide to choose from after the draft. However, rookie tight ends, like I said, are almost a poor fantasy bet. So you got Sam LaPorta. He was picked 34th by the Lions. He comes from the University of Iowa and is a tight end factory. He had 111 catches for 1,327 receiving yards in his last 2 college seasons. Second on the list for the rookies, Michael Mayer, pick 35 from the Raiders. Now, I did talk about some tight ends. If you wanted to repeat my draft video, I can put that down below as well. He was a productive player the moment he stepped into the Notre Dame lineup as a freshman. He is like Kittle. He's happy blocking as much as he is at catching a pass. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to love him for the Raiders. Luke Musgrave, next on the list, was picked 42nd by the Packers. The Packers definitely needed more help for Jordan Love. He offers a big catch radius, being at 6'6" and 253 pounds with a 4.6 speed. That's crazy. That's super fast for somebody who is that big. Next on the list, Luke Schoonmaker, picked 58th by the Cowboys. He should get some playtime now that I said Dalton Schultz is no longer with the Cowboys. You got Brenton Strange, picked 61 by the Jaguars. His best year was his senior year at Penn State, where I'm from that way, where he posted a 32 to 362 5 line over 13 games. And last on our list, Dalton Kincaid, Buffalo, was picked 25th. So he racked up a 78.98 line as a junior from Utah. He had 8 touchdowns on just 36 catches in his sophomore season. So basically, what we're trying to say is for fantasy, do not pick a rookie tight end. They are not going to get you anywhere. If you do have to pick them, those are the kind of the people, the 6 people that obviously would be the best to pick if you were. Who knows how that's going to go? I would definitely choose one of them. Obviously, if you can get Kelce, Andrews, Hawkinson, Kittle, Waller, Goddard, any of those people, you're probably pretty good. They're definitely going to give you more of a numbers that you need. So let me know what you think. I would love if you could like, subscribe, comment. I'm going to keep these videos coming. Let me know if you choose any of these people from your fantasy. Love you all. Ta-ta for now.